It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg. Anthony, and our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. Welcome, everyone, to Sacramento, California, to a sold-out crowd at the home of the Kings. And, of course, Russell Westbrook. This is their first game without him.
And it's a trade that it caught me a little off guard, I have to be honest, Kevin. He played such a big part for this team, and really the last guy I expected to see them move.
Hey, Greg, they dropped the interim tag for Doug Christie, as he's now the permanent head coach of the Kings.
Well, we'll have to see how permanent that is. The fifth head coach in the last 7 years. That seat is always hot in Sacramento.
Now Reeves, following the miss by Shaquille O'Neal from deep. 4 on the shot clock. Reed with the rebound. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Halliburton. And finished off by Halliburton.
When he wants to, Halliburton can get to the hoop. Boy, he is tough to slow down.
Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce, courtside. Allie.
A bit ago, Doug Christie and I were able to chat. The first thing Coach brought up, how to deal with Tyrese Halliburton. He said to me, Tyrese is who makes their offense tick. He doesn't just run the show, he is the show. With Hallie, you have to make him uncomfortable. You have to switch up the coverages. It's never easy facing off with Tyrese Halliburton. Back to you, Kev.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
Shooting for Phoenix.
Phoenix shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Here's Reeves. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
It's just hard guarding O'Neal in general, but when he's working in the pick and roll, it's almost impossible.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Reed, and he lays it straight in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack, and where's the help defensively?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Here's Shaq, and he banks in the layup.
He's been on fire since the beginning of this game, particularly when you look at the high percentage shots he's getting.
Pass to DiVincenzo. To the inside. And Reed throws it down. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Here's O'Neal. Here's Hunter. And he drives in. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
O'Neal wide open. And a miss there on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Into his mid-30s, the veteran DeMar DeRozan holding up well, Greg.
And such a consistent presence for his team. DeMar plays at his own speed, and he has mastered the art of the mid-range.
The Suns trailing. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Inside, stolen by Reeves. Levine wide open. Trains the wing train.
Yeah, and we don't talk about the shooting of Levine enough. Connecting from 3 at a great clip over his career.
Here's Halliburton. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
This is Shaq at his best, getting that deep position and then just muscling through.
And so it's Halliburton who brings up the ball for the Suns. trailing by 4. Now DiVincenzo, guarded by Levine. It's good.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Reeves outside. And the jam by Levine.
Yes, the hammer from Levine. That is an electric hammer.
Halliburton looking around. 6 to shoot. No one near him. O'Neal with the rebound.
Well, that's a look you rarely see him miss.
Levine for 3, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
And with the clock almost at 12.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Sacramento.
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up court and getting good looks in early offense.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
But Trey, that's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots to a good start. Oh, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, you know, one that doesn't get talked about enough. Length. You know, players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. Zach LaVine is becoming a more rugged defender. He said, it takes a toll. I've always been in great shape, but you have to be strong, too. The mental side of it, digging deep and figuring out how to get it done and how much you want it. Now, I like taking on those challenges. Back to you.
You got it. Making the commitment. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report. They set the pick. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Shot from the wing. Here's Eubanks. Pass to Murray. Kings moving the ball around. With the clock winding down. And the jam by Levine.
A guy more than capable of creating his own offense. Sometimes you just give him the ball and get out of his way.
Here's Williams. Nails the baby hook.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Outside, Levine. Again, Levine missing. Suns trail by 8. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
And it results in the highest percentage look you're going to get.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. In the corner, Murray with it. Levine feeling it out a bit. Pass to Eubanks. Back to Levine. Phoenix grabs the miss. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Now here's Anthony.
In the first half, 2 minutes.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
How about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that
A
dunk?
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got his second basket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Left side, Levine.
Gillespie. First personal foul. First team foul. Substituting on the court.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Jaka Jonas. Shot clock at 5. Battier with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Battier's got it. And the basket is good. And now just a 4-point Kings lead.
And there's the speed that Battier possesses, using it to cap off the break there.
To the middle. It's tipped. Stolen by Reed. Now, here's Halliburton. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Halliburton outside. There's a good screen. To the left side wing. 5 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. And the Suns miss again.
Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Kings on top. They lead by 4. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Sacramento leading by 4. Reeves into the lane. When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and respace, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question it's become something that's a priority for teams now, and I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
That's terrific. Pass to Reed. Stolen by O'Neal. And now Sacramento on the break. It's tipped. O'Neal with the steal. Here's Reed. And here is Battier. Halliburton outside. Drives to the hoop. Reed misses.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backcourt. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
It's good.
So all systems go here early on. That's 3 in a row since Jump Street.
Now Halliburton. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Outside Mathurin. To the live. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Here's Dunn. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get 2 there.
Monk outside. 6 on the shot clock. Trying to find Champ. He's got it now.
You got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Here's Halliburton. Makes it off the glass. Halliburton's got 6.
That's very smart use of the screen, and it sets up a very close look.
Halliburton with the steal.
2 minutes.
Down low. Here's DiVincenzo.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
Just 5 to shoot. Shaq can't hit. Suns trail by 8. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Dunn misses. And here are the Kings now. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And it's Shaq missing.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. So it's both teams making substitutions here. At the elbow, Williams. Here's Anthony. Yep, it counts. He has 6.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Well, you take it right at him, and if they block the shot, fine, but you can't back down.
Eubanks with it. No scoring in this one. You can't get that one to fall. 24 seconds left here in the third quarter. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. $19 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Jokic Jonas. Pass to Eubanks. Here's Jokic Jonas. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Kings lead by 6. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming up.
The Suns, 32.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And so it's Haliburton who brings up the ball for Phoenix. 6-point game. From the arc, it's good from long range.
You watch Haliburton shoot. The release is a little low, but it's quick and it's deadly.
Outside, Levine. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Here's Haliburton. 4 for 9 from the floor with that miss. Kings leading out by 3. Outside, Reed. And Reed throws it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Well, not all turnovers are created equal. Live ball turnovers lead to that.
Levine double team. Shot clock at 6. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Ball's knocked loose. On the wing, Levine. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Reeves left side. That's tipped. O'Neal.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for him with his shooting. Fortunately, the rest of the team has picked him up, and they have the lead.
Pass to Haliburton. There's the pick. Left side, Reed. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Now O'Neal. Oh, of Shaquille O'Neal.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Reed. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Reeves outside. Now O'Neal. Reed with the rebound. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Now DiVincenzo. That one is good.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, when you're coming down the stretch, you don't want any wasted possession.
Reed with the rebound. The Suns trailing to take the lead. Just it up.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
His effort has been there since the opening tip. He is leading the way by example.
Screen by O'Neal. On the lane. Oh, a shot attack.
One of the most ferocious dunkers we've ever seen. Shaq capable of bringing down the entire basket.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's ready to talk things through with them. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Over that last break, I listened to Phoenix's coach address his team. He tried to loosen the tension a little, asking his guys, are we having fun? I know I am. Just relax out there and follow the game plan. We've got this.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. That one is off. Sacramento leading by 3. 1:04 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Murray. And he does not hit. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Williams fires. And it doesn't go. And it's the Kings with the ball. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Here's Jonas. So the Kings win it. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.